Few people know that an ordinary LED light bulb can be easily repaired with your own hands. But not just fix it, but upgrade it so that it shines forever. I have accumulated several of these LED light bulbs, and now I will show you how to repair them without a special tool and even without a soldering iron. And we're starting. In order to disassemble it, you need to separate the diffuser from the bulb body. You can use a knife. Sometimes the reflector is glued, so you need to tinker with it a little. If you can't open it like that, then you can just put a knife in and hit something from above. It seems to work. Yes, it looks like it's coming apart a bit. So, inside we see 13 powerful LEDs, but what is interesting for us is that usually only one burns out. And it is enough to put a jumper on this LED. And the rest of the LEDs will work, because they are connected in series. Like links in a chain. That is, if one link breaks, the whole chain breaks. In order to determine where the non-working LED is located, it is enough just to look at them very carefully. A non-working LED usually turns black. And now, we see a small black dot on this LED. But there is another situation. We open a large lamp, compare, ordinary, and there is such a huge one.
Cutting lamp 10 hours.
The smartest video on YouTube. So, in this lamp, you can see a different system is applied, and there are more LEDs. They are even numbered. I've looked at all the LEDs very carefully, and none of them have a black dot. So here we have to use another method. It is necessary to gently press the LEDs with a toothpick while the light is on. And as soon as you press on the idle LED, it should work, or at least blink a little. You have to be careful not to get electrocuted. Do not touch the LEDs, because phase voltage may be present in them. You need to press in the middle and, as it were, sway a little. It is better to use protective goggles so as not to dazzle. No, not this one. Let's move on. I reached the 17th. Here it is, the 12th. The faulty one is determined. But it happens that even with the help of these methods, it is not possible to find a faulty LED. Then you need to take a light bulb, turn it on, and look in complete darkness. Usually, the LEDs barely glow, and only the idle one will not glow. After the faulty LED is identified, we proceed to repair. First method, short-circuit it with a very small wire. That is, restore the electrical circuit so that electricity bypasses the faulty LED. All other LEDs will work at the same time, since the light bulb has a special driver that stabilizes the current strength, and the energy is evenly distributed between the working LEDs. A thin wire can be removed from an old charging cable. It's not a pity, because it no longer works. I knew that. Basically, there is a lot of rubber, there is very little wire itself, the Chinese saved. That's why it didn't work so well. And here are the wires, look. This is a rather painstaking and difficult process. It may not work the first time. It is necessary to put it on the LED so that the ends of the wire touch this contact. Do you see the tin there? Then the current will bypass the burnt LED. Yes, press the wire to the LED and twist the ends so that it stretches and presses tightly against the contacts. See how the wire crawled right under the LED? Let's test what we've got. Everything works fine. If you look closely, you can see that that LED is off. But I had to suffer with this wire. It is very small. It is difficult for it to hit. Therefore, there is another method. How much easier it is to repair this light bulb. You can make a short circuit of a faulty diode with a sealant. Few people know that black window sealant conducts electricity. Therefore, gently squeeze out a little of this sealant you can on a piece of paper. So much is enough for us. Then we take a toothpick. Oh, smelly. We apply it to the LED so that it completely covers the contacts, which are so open, and test it. How blind it is, just tin. Everything is great. Super. The lamp is working. The sealant method is very simple. You can literally repair a light bulb in a second. I managed to restore all the light bulbs. They all work. Only with this one there is some kind of problem. Apparently water got into it. So small, Toshiba. It can be seen that the diodes are intact, only one burned out, and something oxidized between the tracks. Well, now I will show how you can significantly extend the life of the LED light bulb. The main reason why LEDs burn out is overheating. It feels like the manufacturers deliberately cut the resource and put the current on the LEDs so high that they overheat and burn out at the end of the warranty period. In fact, LEDs can last forever if they are provided with a normal thermal regime. The easiest way to cool it down while you work is to remove this diffuser. Without it, As practice shows, the temperature of the light bulb is much lower. Now we will conduct an experiment. I will turn on this bulb for 5 minutes and check to what temperature the LEDs themselves will heat up. And then the same without the diffuser. So, 4 minutes 57 seconds, 58, 59, exactly 5 minutes. The case heated up to 37 degrees Celsius. But we are interested in the temperature of the LEDs. We quickly measure it. 74. It got so hot in just 5 minutes. This suggests that the LEDs will quickly fail. Now we will turn it on in exactly the same way, but with the lid open. The light bulb is cold, 33 degrees. We turn on the light bulb, and a 5-minute stopwatch. Well, 5 minutes have passed. We measure an open light bulb. 60 degrees. As we can see, the temperature has become much lower. Accordingly, they will last longer. Another interesting point, such a light bulb without a diffuser shines much brighter. That is, it turns out that this diffuser absorbs part of the light. See for yourself. And without a diffuser, it blinds less. You see, now it doesn't even glare. And look like with a diffuser. You can provide even better cooling for the LEDs by drilling a lot of holes in the case. Let's try to open this light bulb and see what is hidden on the other side of the board with LEDs. We take it out carefully. What's there? There's nothing there, just 2 wires, a small board on an aluminum base, and it is inserted into an aluminum glass. This glass cools. In order to have better cooling, we will now drill holes. By the way, it is very easy to drill. Like clockwork. Look how beautiful it turns out. Now the air will walk inside this base, and it will be easier for the LEDs to breathe. Well, such a charm turned out. Look, what a cool bell. Turn on and test. As you can see, it burns normally. The board is well inserted there. Let's start. 5 minutes have passed. 56 degrees. As we can see, the temperature dropped, but not significantly. I think that we still need to improve this system and increase the cooling area. To do this, now we will screw in the screws from the inside so that they stick out here and remove heat even better. Here is such a thing turns out. The main thing is to press it more tightly with pliers so that the bulb cools better. The device is getting more and more intricate. For reliability, we will fix these screws with sealant so that they do not hang out there and there is good thermal contact. Just admire how beautiful it turned out. This is probably what a rocker bulb looks like. Now let's check how efficiently it will be cooled. And we turn it on. Start. 5 minutes have passed, accurate to the second. 50. 52. There is another technique for extending the life of this light bulb. It is necessary to reduce the current of the LED. To do this is quite simple. Each light bulb has a driver, and there are current-setting resistors near it. Here are as they are marked. Usually there are 2 of them. You need to take something sharp and carefully peel off the coating from this resistor. Not all at once, but little by little. In this case, you need to measure the power. It is necessary to reduce the power by about 1.5 times. Without cooling, even with a diffuser, it will work for a long time. In short, all these methods work. They definitely drop the temperature. The method with screws, of course, turned out to be the most effective, but simply removing the diffuser from the bulb is enough, and its resource increases significantly. I have been repairing such bulbs for several years, and practice shows that they work fine after repair. You can safely try. There is nothing complicated about it. Therefore, do not rush to throw away old light bulbs, but rather save the environment and repair them so that they continue to serve. After all, manufacturers are interested in you buying them as often as possible, spending as much money as possible. But there is no need for this.